Satam Vidyan Suto Nara Asivasitum Kata Hari Katho Zarka Satam Su Sadasi Drava. Now, what meaning?
Etat, this, Shushu Shatam, of those eager to hear, Vidvan, O learned, Sutta Goswami, Naha, unto us, Arhasi, may you do it, Bhashitam, just to explain it, Kataha, topics, Harikata Udarkaha, result in the topics of the Lord, Satam, of the devotees, Su, maybe, Sadasi, in the assembly of, Dhruvam, certainly. O learned Sutta Goswami, please continue to explain such topics to us because we are all eager to hear. Besides that, the topics which result in the discussion of the Lord Hari should certainly be discussed in the assembly of devotees.
We'll stop all this. Hear attentively. Don't divert your attention in that. Then,
purport. As we have already quoted above from the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu of Rupa Goswami, even mundane things, if dovetailed in the service of the Lord Sri Krishna, are accepted as transcendental. For example, the epics or the histories of Ramayana and Mahabharata, which are specifically recommended for the less intelligent classes of men, women, Shudras, and unworthy sons of the higher castes, are also accepted as Vedic literature, because they are compiled in connection with the activities of the Lord. Mahabharata is accepted as the fifth division of the Vedas, after its first four divisions, namely Sama, Yajus, Rik, and Atharva. The less intelligent class of men do not accept Mahabharata as part of the Vedas, but great sages and authorities accept it as the fifth division of the Vedas. Bhagavad Gita is also part of the Mahabharata, and it is full of the Lord's instruction for the less intelligent class of men. Some less intelligent men say that Bhagavad Gita is not meant for the householders, but such foolish men forget that Bhagavad Gita was explained to a Grihastha, like Arjuna, and spoken by the Lord in his role as a Grihastha, family man. So Bhagavad Gita, although containing the high philosophy of the Vedic wisdom, is for the beginners in the transcendental science, and Srimad Bhagavatam is for the graduates and postgraduates in the transcendental science. Therefore, literatures like Mahabharata, the Puranas, and similar other literature which are full of the pastimes of the Lord are all transcendental literatures, and they should be discussed with full confidence in the society of great devotees. The difficulty is that such literatures, when discussed by professional men, appear to be mundane literature, like histories or epics, because there are so many historical facts and figures. It is said here, therefore, that such literature should be discussed in the assembly of the devotees. Unless they are discussed by devotees, such literatures cannot be relished by the higher class of men. So the conclusion is that the Lord is not impersonal in the ultimate issue. He is the Supreme Person, and He has His different activities. He is the leader of all living entities, and He descends at His will and by His personal energy to reclaim the fallen souls, playing exactly like the social, political, or religious leaders. Because such roles ultimately culminate in the discussion of topics of the Lord, all such preliminary topics are also transcendental. That is the way of spiritualizing the civic activities of human society. Men have inclinations for studying history and many other mundane literatures, stories, fiction, dramas, magazines, newspapers, etc. So let them be dovetailed with the transcendental service of the Lord, and all of them will turn to the topics relished by all devotees. The propaganda that the Lord is impersonal, that He has no activity, and that He is a dumb stone without any name or form, has encouraged people to become godless faithless demons. And the more they deviate from the transcendental activities of the Lord, the more they become accustomed to mundane activities that only clear their path to hell instead of returning them home back to Godhead. Srimad Bhagavatam begins from the history of the Pandavas with necessary politics and social activities. And yet Srimad Bhagavatam is said to be the Paramahamsa Samhita, or the Vedic literature meant for the topmost transcendentalists. And in the Srimad Bhagavatam, Param Jnana, highest transcendental knowledge is described. Pure devotees of the Lord are all Paramahamsas. They are like the swans, who know the art of sucking milk out of a mixture of milk and water. There's a footnote. The demons, the more they deviate, the propaganda of the Lord is impersonal, that he has no activity, and he is a dumb stone without any form. This encourages people to become godless, faithless demons. And the more they deviate from the transcendental activities of the Lord, the more they become accustomed to mundane activities that only clear their path to hell, instead of returning them home back to Godhead. The footnote, even 50 years ago, the social structure of all Indians was so arranged that they would not read any literature which was not connected with the activities of the Lord. They would not play any drama which was not connected with the Lord. They would not organize a fair or ceremony which was not connected with the Lord. Nor would they visit a place which was not holy and sanctified by the pastimes of the Lord. Therefore, even the common man in the village would talk about Ramayana and Mahabharata, Gita and Bhagavatam, even from his very childhood. But by the influence of the age of Kali, they have been dragged to the civilization of the dogs and hogs, laboring for bread, without any sense of transcendental knowledge.
Yes, in our childhood we saw every village, every town, the transcendental knowledge. Any common man could speak about Rama and Mahabharata, Lord Krishna, and the system was still there, but practically closed now. That in the evening, in the village, everyone should assemble in a place to hear messages from Mahabharata, Ramayana especially, because these two books can be understood by common man. A lot Vedanta philosophy was discussed. So my maternal uncle was in this suburb of Calcutta, so about 10 miles from our house. So sometimes when he used to go there, so in the evening, after taking their meals, by 8 o'clock, they would go to a place, assemble and hear about Rama and Mahabharata, Bhagavad, and they should discuss while coming home, and they would go to bed thinking that memory, so they will sleep also Ramayana and Mahabharata, and dream also Ramayana and Mahabharata. You see, this was the system. Sada tadbhava bhavita. If you think of Krishna 24 hours, then you become fully Krishna conscious, and your life is successful. Don't allow anything. This requires little practice. Abhyasa yoga yuktena, chidasananugamina. I should not allow my mind to go to think of any other subject than Krishna. Now we have got so many books, so whenever you find time, you must find time, there is so much time, so read all these books or chant. But when you are hungry, take prasadam. When you are sleepy, take a snack, not very much, just to refresh. And go on, either chanting the beads or reading the books or talking about Krishna. In this way, always remain in Krishna consciousness. Smartavya sadatu Vishnu. Krishna consciousness means to remember Vishnu always, 24 hours. Some or another. Type for Krishna, write for Krishna, go outside for Krishna, Sankirtan party, sell book for Krishna, bring money for Krishna, spend for Krishna, Krishna, that's all. Everything Krishna. This is Krishna consciousness. Satatam kirtantam mam jatantascha dhirabrata. In the Bhagavad Gita you'll find Tushyanti cha ramanti cha. We require some satisfaction and some enjoyment because that is our nature. Anandamayo bhyasa. Spirit soul. God is also blissful and we part and parcel of God. We are also blissful. We want simply ananda, pleasure. That is our nature. But that ananda, pleasure, you cannot enjoy independently. That is not possible. You must enjoy with Krishna. That is called Raslila. Krishna and the gopis, they assemble together. Similarly, we are part and parcel, just like part and parcel of big machine. They are assembled, then it works. If the part and parcel are scattered, then it has no meaning. It is simply scrap of iron, that's all. But when they are assembled together, that is meaning. Similarly, we are all part and parcel of Krishna, so we must assemble together. Central Krishna. Central Krishna. So this Krishna consciousness movement is just like in this house we are living, and the next house they are also living. But what is the difference? The difference is here Krishna is central, that's all. Therefore it is temple, and the next door a house. That is the difference between house, ordinary house, and temple. And there is no difference. It is also made of bricks and stones, and wood, that is also made of bricks and stones. They also live, they also cook, they also eat. Everything is the same, practical. But the difference is there is no Krishna. Here is Krishna. That is the difference. That is Krishna consciousness. So when I walk on the street and go anywhere, I simply think how these nice bungalows, house, but still they are not satisfied. It is for sale. You see, why? There is no Krishna. Apranasya hi deha samannalam lokaranjanam. Just like a body, beautiful body, lying down on the street, dead. Nobody cares. Because the life is not there. The spirit soul is not there. Nobody cares. Similarly, Bhagavad Bhakti Hinasya Jati Japastapakriya. Big nation. You Americans are big nation. But Bhagavad Bhakti, there is no Krishna consciousness. Jati, big nation. Jati means big nation. Bhagavad Bhakti Hinasya Jati, Japa, their activities, tapo, tapasya, they are trying to invent so many nice things scientifically, mechanically, or invented machine, everything. Jati, japas, tapa, kriya, activities, very methodical. On the road, there is light arrangement, everything is all right. But if it is less Krishna consciousness, then it is, what is that? Apranasahi dehasya mannanam lokaranjanam. Just like a dead body, if you decorate a body, dead body, and you apply pomade and nice dress and scent, then what is the meaning? Lokaranjana. Lokaranjana means you may please some of the people how you are decorating a dead body. But it has no meaning. It is useless, waste of time. Similarly, very nice arrangement, big nation, politics, everything, minus Krishna consciousness is like that. Apranasya hi dehasya mannanam lokaranjanam. Therefore, your young men, young girls, they become frustrated. In spite of all this arrangement, nice arrangement. There is no comparison of your country's arrangement. I am traveling all over the world, such nice roads, such everything nice. But why they are becoming frustrated and confused? Due to this apranas, there is no life. The life is Krishna consciousness. So if you actually feel for your country, for your community, for your people, they spread this Krishna consciousness. They are dying. You spread this Krishna consciousness, they will come again to life and everything will be actually beautiful. That is my request. I came to your country with this mission that the American people, they are feeling frustration. If they take to Krishna consciousness, they will be happy and others will follow their example. So now, some of you, my advanced students, you have understood the philosophy, some of you have taken sannyas. So, go town to town, village to village, preach this Krishna consciousness, bring them to life. So this frustration will be stopped. The leaders of the society, the politicians, they should take care where they are going. So it is said that Katha Hari Kathodarka Satang Su Sadasi Dhruvam. Therefore, if we discuss this Harikatha, we are discussing Srimad Bhagavatam, Harikatha. So Katha, Harikatha, Darka, Satangsu Sadasi Dhruvam. If it is discussed among devotees, then one can understand. This book, Srimad Bhagavatam, has value amongst the devotees. And to others, they may purchase, see, what is this Sanskrit verse, something, scrap of paper. Just like this newspaper, for us, is scrap of paper, you don't care for it. But they keep it very carefully. On their chest, oh, it is so nice. Newspaper in the Western country is so popular. One gentleman told me a story that one Christian priest went to preach Christian religion in Sheffield. Sheffield, where it is, in England. So the workers, laborers, he was preaching amongst them that Lord Jesus Christ will save you if you don't take shelter of Lord Jesus Christ. Then you'll go to hell. The first of all, who is Jesus Christ? What is his number? That means they thought Jesus Christ must be one of the workers, and every worker has a number. So what is his number? So, no, Jesus Christ is Son of God, so he has no number, he is not worker. And then what is hell? They describe hell is very damp, very dark, and so on and so on. So they were silent, because they are working in the mines. It is always dark and damp. So, what is the difference between hell and this, what is called mind? They were silent. But when the priest said, there is no newspaper, horrible. There is no newspaper. See? Therefore, in your country, so many big, I must say, bunch of newspapers there distributed. So, if for Los Angeles city, which is nothing but a point in this world, there are so many cities, but there are so many newspapers, not only one edition, 2, 3 editions. And if they can give so many news from this one point, then how much news we have got? And that is Srimad Bhagavatam, from spiritual world. But there is no customer, that is different. Otherwise, so valuable instruction, so much information, all fact, Dhruvam means fact, not fictitious. So there would have been many customers, and because there is no Krishna consciousness, there is no culture, these literatures, they are not appreciated. So, what is next? Another verse.
Vai Bhagavato Raja Pandaveyo Maharata Bala Krida Nakai Kridan Krishna Kridam Yadade Savai Bhagavato Raja Pandaveyo Maharata Bala Nakai Kridan Krishna Kridam Yadade Savai Bhagavato Raja Pandaveyo Maharata Bala Nakai Kridan Krishna Kridam Yadade Savai Bhagavato Raja Pandaveyo Maharata Bala Nakai Kridan Krishna Kridam Yadade
Next. Yes.
Savai Bhagavato Raja Pandaveyo Maharata Bala Kridan Nakai Kridan Krishna Kridam Yadade
Very good. Then next.
Savai Bhagavato Raja Pandaveyo Maharata Krishna Kridam Yadade
Next. Savai Bhagavato Raja Pandaveyo Maharata Bala Kridan Krishna Kridam Yadade
Savai Bhagavato Raja Pandaveyo Maharata Bala Kridan Krishna
Kridam Jadade
Krishna Kridam Jadade
Sai Bhagavato Raja
Savai Bhagavato Raja
Pandabeyo Maharata
Pandaveyo Maharatha
Balakidana Kai Kidam
Balakrida Nakai Kridan
Krishna Kridam Ya Adade
Krishna Kridam Jadade
Sabai Bhagavato Raja
Savai Bhagavato Raja
Pandabeyo Maharata
Pandaveyo Maharatha
Balakridan Kai Kridan
Balakrida Nakai Kridan
Krishna Kridam Jadade
Krishna Kridam Jadade. Very good. Nice. Savai Bhagavato Raja Pandaveyo Maharatha Balakrida Nakai Kridan Krishna Kridam Jadade. Parikshit Maharaj, these are the qualifications. Savai Bhagavata Raja, not ordinary Raja. Raja means king. Bhagavata. Bhagavata means great devotee. First class devotee, Bhagavata. Pandaveya, how he became Bhagavata? Because son, grandson, or in the dynasty of the Pandavas, Parikshit Maharaj was the grandson of Arjuna. So, Arjuna was Krishna's friend, he was Bhagavata. So, unfortunately, Arjuna's son died in the battle, Kurukshetra. He was also Bhagavat. He was Subhadra's son, Arjuna, Krishna's sister, the Subhadra, who is sitting here with Jagannath. So, Subhadra's son was Abhimanyu, but he died in the battlefield of Kurukshetra, 16 years old. But fortunately, his wife Uttara was pregnant, so Parikshit Maharaj was within the womb of Uttara. So he was saved. All others died. So Pandavaya, coming in the dynasty of the Pandavas, they were Bhagavat. Maharatha. At the same time, he could fight thousands of warriors. Maharatha. A Kshatri who alone can fight with another 1,000 Kshatris, he is called Maharatha. So, it does not mean to become Bhagavata means to become devotee. One has to stop all other activities. No. Here it is called Maharatha. Maharatha means a great commander. The great commander can also become Bhagavata. A great merchant can become also Bhagavata. And a great Brahmin, learned scholar, he can also become Bhagavata. So there is no restriction. Not that simply one who is Vedantis, who is very learned scholar, he can become Bhagavata. No. The social system was so nice that everyone could become Bhagavata. A Brahmin could become Bhagavata, a Kshatri could become Bhagavata, a Vaishya could become Bhagavata, or a Shudra could also become a Bhagavata. Striya Shudra Tatha Vaishya, Krishna says personally. Never mind whether he is woman or a Shudra or a Vaishya, te bijanti parangati. All of them can go back to home, back to garden. How? Mangi partha vipasitya jepishu papajuna. Simply he has to take shelter of me seriously, that's all. Never mind what he is. Sripijanti parangati. So, this Parikshit Maharaj, in his childhood, he was Balakrinakai Kridan. He was playing with Radha Krishna. That is the advantage. of getting birth in a Vaishnava family. It's like some of our children. They are playing with Jagannath. They are playing with Radha Krishna. In India, that Saraswati, Samisundar's daughter, she offers arati and brings the arati for me. I take. Yes. So, learning, just the child, mother is offering obeisance, and the child is doing. We used to do that. We got this opportunity of good father and mother. We are trained up. Similarly, you can also train up your children. Then, your becoming father and mother is perfect. Otherwise, the dogs and cats and hogs, they also beget children. They are more expert. A hog can beget children twice in a year, and each time more than 1 dozen. So you cannot compete with them. It is not possible. Sometimes you beget 2 children twice. But that is not competition. The competition is that you make your children God conscious. Give them. They are playing with Krishna. That New Vrindavan, DDD, he was given by his father toys. I was present, and he did not touch the toys. He said, "It is Maya." Yes. It is Maya. So, everything should be taught from childhood. That is Prahlad Maharaj's instruction. Kaumaro acharit pragyo dharmana bhagavatanya. So, from the very beginning, there is no teaching. There is no God consciousness. Then what will be the result? You may send in a very decorated university, where the result will be hippies. That's all. You cannot expect anything more. You cannot expect. So teach them from the very beginning how to become Krishna conscious. Then you will find nice population, beautiful population, peaceful atmosphere, social condition, very nice, systematic, everyone is happy, and in happiness, they are all chanting Krishna conscious. Krishna, Hare Krishna, every house there is dingling of bells, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Make Vaikuntha. That is my request. Teach from the very beginning of life. Just like Balakriya, Balakriya Kai Kriyan. By playing, he is becoming Krishna conscious. So in our Dallas, you go, save all these children, those who have come to your shelter. It is the duty of the father and mother. It is the duty of guardian to save the dependents from the impending danger of death, repeated birth and death. So, if you cannot save these children, then it is useless. Save them. So we have got our center in Dallas. All children should go, and the advanced girls, they should go there and take care. Just produce a new generation, just like Parikshit Maharaj. Produce a new generation. Bharakrishna, from the very childhood. Thinking of Krishna, playing of Krishna, eating of Krishna, 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 then he cannot become otherwise. Therefore Prahlad Maharaj, he was a child, 5 years old child. He was teaching his class fellows. So they refused. They Prahlad, why you are bothering with this? When we shall get old, we shall think of this Krishna. No. He insisted, no. Kaumaro acharit pragya dharman bhagavatan durlabanga manasanga janma. You cannot get again such opportunity. So immediately begin. Immediately try to become Krishna conscious. All right, Kirtan.